2005, a snowboarding accident left my next guest in a coma with several broken bones and a traumatic brain injury. He was not expected to survive. However, with a strong will and the support of family and friends, Gavin Blades not only recovered but went on to complete his college degree at Yale University. He joins us to share his story of not giving up. Welcome to the program, Gavin.
Thank you for having me.
So take us back to that day in 2005. What happened out on the slopes?
So last run, last day, I just hit a tree. There was nothing necessarily in the way. I just hit a tree, shattered my left arm, tore my right ACL, the anterior collateral ligament on my right knee, and I demolished my skull. The worst incident, or the worst injury, was the brain injury that I suffered from. I was taken down a sled, the rest of the mountain, put on a helicopter, taken to the hospital, and was given 2 surgeries that night. And then for the next month, I don't remember any of this I just said, nor do I remember the next month of another 5 major surgeries. My personal flight from Utah back to Ohio, the worst of the worst, I was unconscious for, but unfortunately my family had to go through it. And I could never give enough gratitude for what they've done through the thick and thin, and they still haven't kicked me out. So I guess we're doing okay.
What was your rehabilitation like?
So there's 3 forms: occupational, physical, and speech. I definitely told my parents right away that occupational was somewhat of a waste, but they took their time believing me, which is understandable based on the cognitive state I was in at that time. For physical therapy, it was great from the hospital. I just, in all honesty, needed more. I was a very successful soccer player beforehand and had every intention to return to my athleticism. I found a strength coach who became a trainer of mine, who definitely pushed me more than I would have pushed myself and helped me to regain the athleticism I believe I initially had. And speech was the most essential, most needed type of therapy that I went through. Was great from the hospital, but as usual I needed more. I went to an amazing institution, as you brought up, Yale University, and for me to be able to handle that difficult academic environment, I did need more help, and my parents recognized that. And they found some independent speech therapists to provide more service to me, which, I mean, I can't describe how much benefit I got from them, because it helped me to graduate. Without their help, I don't think I would have gotten anywhere near graduating from that school.
So you had to relearn everything?
Yes.
Basically.
I walk, talk, eat, everything.
And you're telling your therapist, I'm going back to Yale, I'm going back to Yale. What were they saying to you?
It's a very good question, because I was actually told by clinical perspective that I should not go back to Yale. I understand why, but when there's a will, there's a way. And I had every intention to return to Yale. No matter what was in my way, I wanted to go back, and I went back, because when you put your mind to something, you can get it as long as you stick to it.
Now, you had mentioned to me previously that you recovered about 95% of your brain function. What skills do you use to work around your injury?
So exercise is great therapy for me, for one. I do believe in therapy for life in a sense, but there's always daily activities I partake in to make sure I act normal, if you want to put it that way. But in all honesty, no one's perfect. Everyone does have some damage in whatever way. But I like to stretch. I do meditation of some sort. But the most clear form of compensatory strategies that I engage in is being healthy. Exercising every day, constantly staying hydrated with water, pre-making meals. If I didn't work within the fitness industry for a bit, I don't think I would have been able to do as well as I had with my recovery, because the better I treat myself, the better I treat my mind, which better allows me to get what I want, pretty much, like going to Yale and graduating. I definitely realized not that long ago that my family did have to say bye to who I initially was, because I was a type A, overly stressed perfectionist who struggled to enjoy the moment. Now my priorities have become much more correct, as I so put it. Like family means so much to me, that my family and friends were there for me for so long. Eating has become such a big part to keep my life balanced, to keep me focused on what I'm doing. I much more embrace the moment. I try to learn something every day, and I'm very particular to make sure I serve. So many people serve me. The therapists, family, friends, they were all there. They all supported me, and the services they gave me, the support, the love, the care, I feel like an internal drive just want to return that favor to anyone I can come across, because it felt so rewarding and beneficial to me. I believe others will receive the same type of joy if I'm to provide the right service to them.
How important was your family and friends to your recovery?
I honestly, without my family and friends, especially my parents being involved in medicine, I do not believe I would have recovered a tenth as well as I have. Friends came to visit me, friends would come talk to me. They knew I wasn't necessarily in the best state, but they were there for me. They supported me with whatever I was doing, however I was doing it, because they adly all knew I did have to regrow up, and they had the patience, they had the care. They were not about to question or criticize what I was doing. They were just happy I was there. I did not do this on my own. I asked for help. I had numerous speech therapists. I had more than one physical therapist. I had plenty of friends. Just ask. Just start. Just ask. If you're to ask someone, it doesn't matter if it's your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister, your best friend, or your dog or cat. Just ask. If you feel a weight lifted off your shoulders, that you're actually starting to share your struggle with someone and actually starting to deal with it that way. Just ask for help.
So asking for help really helped you recover. And for some of us who we're not in the situation you're in, we may take that advice into our everyday lives.
And I strongly recommend that. It's very humble, very modest to ask for assistance, and there's nothing wrong with it.
So if people want to connect with you, what is the best way?
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, Gavin Blades. If you like Google or search on Facebook, I'm not sure how, you can definitely find me, contact me through that way. I'll definitely try to get back to you with whatever questions or concerns you have. Just, give me a shout and see what happens.
Thank you for sharing this incredible story. You went from on the brink of death to being in great shape and living a wonderful life.
Well, thank you.
It's a great example.
I appreciate you allowing me to be on here.
Thank you.